was in my room, and I was just like staring at the wall, thinking about everything.
He said it's all in your head, and I said so's everything. But
you say that money isn't everything, but
I can't do everything, but apart from everything,
and forget about everything.
Hello, buddies. Oh my God. This is We Will Rank You. I'm so excited. This is a podcast where we get together, us three, Dan, Adam, and Jim, and we rank the songs on an album. So it rotates hosts, and the host gets to pick which album we do. And I'm excited because we are doing Everything But the Girls' first album ever, Eden, 1984. I hate hosting, guys. I like picking.
Really?
I like picking, but I hate hosting. I'd rather take pot shots at your lame albums.
You're so good at that.
Yeah, well, I don't know. But, you're about to come for some of my babies, right? All of these songs are definitely my babies. And I don't want to hear anything negative on this next hour.
Yes. Look at the time. And that is the show.
This is just a stupid format if you love the album, because all of mine are tied for number one. Spoiler alert.
Boy.
So anyway, all right. So I seriously, I can't wait to hear what you guys think, because I do seriously want your opinions. It's fun.
You did not mean that. Go ahead.
Yeah, that was not convincing.
I'm trying to be magnanimous. You. Anyway, all right. Let me tell you about this band and this album really quickly. Everything But the Girl. This duo meets in Hull University in 1982. Both are already signed separately, like in high school, signed to Cherry Red Records. And the A&R man says, "Hey, you guys are both going to Hull. You should look each other up." And so they're 19 years old. It's the first day. They're moving in.
Wow.
And it's like the student union, and everybody's, dropping bags and signing up for classes. And all of a sudden there's this announcement over the loudspeaker. "Can Tracy Thorn please come to the front of the auditorium?" So Ben had walked up and said to the guy, "Hey, could you page this girl named Tracy Thorn?" And that's how they met on day one at Hull.
Nice.
I just want to say that I did zero research for this album, so I'm lapping this up. I'm taking
This
your
is
role,
great.
Jim,
Oh,
of the
that's
person.
great.
I didn't know any of that. You're painting the scene cinematically. That's amazing.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. So they had like a different experience on that day, because Tracy came from she describes it as she lived in just outside of London. It was like a Truman Show neighborhood, or Stepford Wives, very, very sedate, very you have to go to London to have any kind of real life, and she's into the punk rock scene. Susie Sue and Patti Smith are her heroes. And she's, but she can't wait to get to university to kind of, live a little. Ben, on the other hand, his dad, who's a band leader, drives him to Hull. And in the car, they're smoking the joint, and his dad puts on Count Basie, right? And so I assume the joint wore off before he says hi to Tracy later, but who knows? Anyway, they decide to work together. They have their own solo stuff going on, but they decide to work together, and Everything But the Girl is formed for a one-off collaboration, and they record Cole Porter's Night and Day.
Night and day, you are the one. Only you beneath the moon and under the sun.
And it's released on Cherry Red, and it blows up. And wow, that was fun. So it was just a one-off, though, and they go their separate ways. They don't go their separate ways, but they do their solo work. Tracy does some work with a band called the Marine Girls. Have you guys ever heard of the Marine Girls?
Nope.
That album was available at Lose Records in San Diego because Adam Ramol bought it. So we did have Marine Girls.
Damn.
Then they get back together because Paul Weller has just formed this new band called the Style Council, and he wants to work with them. He must have heard Night and Day, right? And so he gets him on the song The Paris Match. And if you have not heard The Paris Match, immediately go listen to it. It's absolutely unbelievable.
Empty hours spent combing the street. In daytime showers, they become my beat.
And so then they're like, you know what? It's 1983 now. Ben says, I got 6 songs of my own. I'm working on my next album. Tracy says, I got 6 songs. Hey, why don't we just do that Everything But the Girl thing again and release our first solo or our first debut record? And that turns into Eden, a 12-track masterpiece.
Oh, now I'm dying to know for my top ones, which were written by who. I have
that. I have that for you.
That's great.
So anyway, where did the name come from? Anybody know?
No, that was my next question.
No.
All right. So in Hull, there's a furniture store called Turner's, and the slogan outside is Everything But the Girl. And the idea is this furniture store, inside, we have everything to outfit your house but the girl.
Got it.
Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the appropriate reaction.
Okay.
Anyways, so they never sat around the piano writing music together. Like it was this solo stuff, and I found that really, really interesting. They become a couple in the summer of '83. I didn't either, Dan, until like maybe 20 years ago. What's that? It was after 2000. I mean, it was after I stopped listening.
Right.
To them.
For you, especially given you were a fan.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, it was the same thing with the Indigo Girls. I was like, wait, they're together?
Wait, what? I didn't know the Indigo Girls were together.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yes.
So?
Damn.
Yes.
Nobody goes that long and stays a band and stays a couple.
Listen, those two bands did it.
Wow.
I mean,
Wait,
my
so
mind
Everything
is
But the
blown.
Girl, they stayed a couple the whole time?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're still. They have kids. I mean, it's all.
Wow.
Yeah. They live in London. They
Tell me they only had boys. Tell me they only had boys.
Oh God. You know what? I think it's.
They're
a boy
like,
and
we
a-
should have known.
I think it's a boy and a girl, but I'm not sure. I know they have a son who makes music. Is doing good stuff right now. Yeah, and the guys from the Proclaimers are brothers, Dan.
Yeah. Come on.
Anyway, so this, you've listened to the album. I'm assuming you did a lot of homework, and you know this album backwards and forwards. This album comes out in 1984, and it is bossa nova beat, Latin pop, jazz chords. They hire South Americans to do bass and drums, English jazz musicians on horns. I mean, just the best of the best. And this album sounds pretty great to my ears. I mean, I'm not an audiophile, but I was listening and I was just like, wow, it still sounds amazing. It sounds like it was all recorded in one session. Like all the songs fit together for me, and it's a complete unit. So I really love it. The album cover was drawn by one of the Marine girls. And then the name of the album.
I have problems with that album cover.
I don't know what I'm looking at.
Yeah. I mean, only because, as you know, I do an album. I put our name into every album cover, and that thing was a mess. Beautiful, but I had to go and erase Eden out of this like craziness, and it took a while. So
nice.
Photoshop wise, I can see that.
Oh, that's good.
Lovely.
Made it hard.
The cover art on our pod is always amazing, Adam. Good job.
Oh, thanks.
It is. I noted this one especially. It looked good.
Yeah.
I scrawled it as equally as childlike as the Marine girl did.
No, really good.
Took a long time.
Name of the album, Eden. What do you guys make of it?
What do you want me to say? My name is Adam. My entire life I've heard Where's Eve? What the fuck do you want me to say? Okay, so quick story. I ran this company that my dad kind of started to help people find parts for old cars. And eventually we wanted to come up with a new name, and one of our employees came up with Garden of Speeden, which is
Garden
brilliant.
of Speeden. Yeah.
Wish I had thought of it, but I didn't think that I was gonna have to be calling people literally all day long saying this is Adam from Garden of Speeden. Inviting many Where's Eve jokes for 11 years.
Oh my God.
But I'm over it. So it was nice to see it. Nice to see it.
Can we talk about my background now?
Yes,
It's lovely.
Zoom
Who
background that
painted that?
Dan has.
So I always do a Zoom background. This is a Renaissance era painting. You may recognize it as the Garden of Eden. Between
Yes.
the bountiful animals and fruits, you see Adam there holding the apple, but there's something missing.
A snake? A girl?
Oh, everything but the girl. There's no
Correct.
Eve in your background. Thank you.
Everything but the girl. And
It's a visual podcast. Thank you, Dan.
yes. Well, it's for you guys, but you said
awesome.
we were going to talk about it on the pod, so
That's good. That's good. So I always thought, or I've recently thought, Eden. I mean, when these two were getting together, okay, one guy, one girl, we're about to make beautiful music together.
Aw.
We're in Eden. Anyway, so there was one single from this album, Each and Every One. It was a UK top 40 hit, 500,000 copies sold around the world.
wow.
In the time that this was, like 1983 into 84 is the time it's recorded and then released. UK alternative hits. I mean, New Order's releasing Power, Corruption, and Lies. Tears for Fears is releasing The Hurting. The Smiths come out with their debut. Ocean Rain by Echo. Susie releases Hyena. Depeche's Some Great Reward. The Cure is releasing The Top. And these guys come with this
Come on.
absolutely
What a year.
left field album that I just think is so special because it's so different. So anyway, that's it. What is your story with this band, Dan? Have you ever heard of this band before you were assigned this homework for this podcast?
I can't wait to hear your story. So I think I'll start by saying I think it's interesting the timing right now because as we're recording this, Oasis is a few weeks into their giant comeback tour, right? It's everywhere. And I love me a good rock star. There's plenty that I'm a fan of. More on that actually later. But I have always found Oasis so fucking loud. My reaction to them is always just shut the hell up and let the music do some of the talking. It drives me crazy. And so what I think is interesting about that is I kind of think of Everything But the Girl as the polar opposite of that. Like they have pretty quietly ground out this really impressive, very long career now, including an album still last year, kind of with their heads down, yes, they definitely have a certain level of success. You can play one or two songs that a lot of people who are somewhat music fans will say, oh yeah, I've heard that. They may not recognize it as Everything But the Girl. But that really impresses me, that kind of a career. So no, I don't know Everything But the Girl well. I, of course, know who they are. I own 0 albums by them. But I've kind of had like a soft spot for them from afar for a long time. Never seen them live. So those are like such ideal picks for this podcast. They're in the universe, of them, or you maybe know a little bit of them, but you don't know everything. First song I remember hearing was the absolutely gorgeous Apron Strings. Wow, that's hard to say. I'm wondering if that's going to be all of yours because it was on the She's Having a Baby soundtrack, which I loved and devoured. And here's a fun fact. This is now the 3rd act we've done that was on that soundtrack, which I kind of love. Adam, name the other 2.
XTC and...
Correct.
Kate Bush.
Kate Bush. Yeah, nice. Kate Bush, yep.
Apron strings hanging empty, crazy things.
Apron Strings is absolutely gorgeous. One of my favorite songs on that album. But I didn't pursue further, right? We've talked about that on others where it's like you love something, but you still don't go any further. And then I think next time I reunite with them is like 2 billion other people who were heard Missing in 1994.
Yeah.
I step off the train, I'm walking down your street again, and past your door, but you don't live there anymore.
That is the sound I think of. I always assumed, without doing my homework, that Apron Strings was a little bit of an outlier and that they were this electronic band, right?
Oh,
like
God,
acoustic
I love
over
this.
electronic, which I love that sound. But I didn't own Amplified Heart or anything else. And then I think they were absent like 24 years, Jim, and they suddenly come back last year for Fuse, which I thought was really impressive. And I loved the leadoff track on that, Nothing Left to Lose, which actually made my top 100. Forgot to look up what number it was, but it did very well.
I need a thicker skin. This pain keeps getting in. Tell me what to do. 'Cause I've always listened to you.
Really loved that song and kind of made another note of like, one of these days I got to get back into them, but I didn't. So here I am.
Awesome story.
Back into him?
Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Okay.
To be
Thought you were
continued.
spoiling there.
Nope.
So I had forgotten about Apron Strings being on that compilation. That's the last song on the third album, just to put it into context.
That I did look up. That was the one piece
Yeah.
of homework because I was like, where does that fall? I knew Eden was
Right.
the first album, but that I started to get curious about like what that discography was.
Okay. All right. Adam.
I probably heard about them from you. I knew that you and our friends Adam and Paul were big fans, and I know there's a story
One
you're
of
going to
them.
tell about trying to go see them, and that's I'll leave that to you.
Wait,
That's really
only
all.
one Ramal was a fan? Is that what you were implying?
only Adam.
Okay,
Paul.
that's kind of
Paul is into screaming
Bauhaus.
and anger.
yes.
Oh, I love it.
Exactly.
I love it.
Exactly.
I don't remember ever hearing them when Jim went off to college. I know I mentioned this on some episode. He left me with his vinyl for a year because he didn't have room in his dorm. So I listened to all of his records. I don't remember you having this one, so maybe you taped it from somebody, I'm guessing.
Did you listen to Baby the Stars Shine Bright? Because I had that one on LP.
Is that the one that's white and then they're both on the cover with little color?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So I looked that one up because I said, I know there was one that looked like that. And I went and looked up their album covers to see which one it was. I'm like, okay, it's that one. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to remember anything. And I pressed play and the first song on it is Come On Home. And I recognized it immediately, but not because I think I listened to this record more than once. I think I listened to all your records once just to do it. And then I got hooked on a couple and kept listening to those. But I did own their acoustic album, which is some acoustic covers they did and then some live acoustic songs. And that was one of them. So I don't know if I'd ever heard the full-blown version of Come On Home. And I got to say that just on that one listen the other night, that is maybe that is going to be my favorite that they did outside of this album, which we like to mention, or some of us like to mention.
Yeah.
Baby, come home, I miss the sound of the door. You step on the stairs, now they don't wake me no more. Every day's like Christmas Day without you. It's cold and there's nothing to do.
It just sounds like a 60s pop masterpiece like Downtown or something like that. It sounded incredible after hearing just this kind of quiet version for years. And I know they had a couple of trip hop hits, and I know that they are like famously one of the biggest left turns in music history, maybe, like to be so quiet and twee. And then I guess the trip hop stuff isn't like, it's not like it's, crazy rave music or anything, but it's definitely electronic and different from what we're talking about tonight. So that's all I got.
Really?
I got nothing else to say about them.
You never saw him live?
No, they didn't play much. They haven't toured in forever. So
All right, that comes
I don't know
up
where
later.
I would have seen them.
I was hoping you'd say yes.
No.
I saw them with you. Okay, here we go. Let me just start with that. Live, I went to Backdoor, San Diego State. I think it was the Baby the Stars Shine Bright tour, but that it might have been the Love Not Money tour. But I don't know. Anyway, how do you tour with Baby the Stars Shine Bright? It's such a big band, and it was SDSU Backdoor, so I don't think that fits, right? But I do remember being really excited, going with my friend Adam Ramol and his big sister Kathy, and we were in line, and the doors wouldn't open, and we were in line and in line and in line, and then they canceled the concert. No explanation. No,
oh my God!
No idea what happened. There were rumors going, around the line that Tracy was sick or something, and it was the most disappointing car ride back to University City I could remember.
Is it like Echo? Was Liverpool playing?
No, there was
Bastards.
yeah, whole city was playing. No, so anyway, so I thought my chance was over, but they came to San Diego, and I think. I don't know who I went with. I thought it was Adam or Mole. And then I was like, I just got the wrong Adam. It must have been Adam Gimbel. But San Diego, December 6, 1999, Copley Symphony Hall downtown.
Wow, nice.
Which used to be the Fox Theater, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I think it was called the Fox Theater at the time. I remember sitting in the balcony, and I remember all the new stuff was played, and I was so disappointed. And the only
Sorry,
song...
what album was this, did you say?
I can't tell you. I couldn't tell you because I stopped listening after Idlewild.
Of course you did. That's the most Jim thing ever.
The fourth album, and then I'm out, right? But anyway, so they're playing all the new stuff except for one song on this album, Fascination, and I do remember that distinctly because it was just acoustic and and Tracy, and it was perfect, right? But I cannot find a set list, and I cannot figure out who I went with. And I thought for sure it's Adam Ramol, and I swear he's wrong when he says it wasn't him. Anyway, I started because I came to San Diego. I got taped a bunch of tapes from the Ramols tape collection that they got from their older brother, Mike. Mike heard Everything But the Girl when he was at the University of Georgia. So he's in Athens with this big music scene. It's 1984, and Everything But the Girl releases this album. And so he's taping everything, sending it home. And so I get the second generation of the tape, right? Because I'm taping it off Adam. And this is like our band. Like nobody else liked this band. Everybody was listening to the Specials and all the other, just teenage stuff, right? And we were like, yeah, that, and save some space for, here's a couple of jazz greats, right? And every time somebody would get in the car and like, all right, let's try out this Everything But the Girl crap, right? And I'd be like, listen to this, I hit play, and it would be on Soft Touch. It was never on an upbeat song. It was always just the slowest, And so everybody makes fun of us for listening to Everything But the Girl back then, but really, really loved it. The first album I bought was Baby the Stars Shine Bright. I loved Idlewild. And then all of a sudden they release, I forget the name of the album, but it had the adult contemporary hit Driving.
Correct.
And that's when it's being played on Kixie, my mom's radio station, instead of 91X, and which I was listening to. And so it was like, okay, they've changed. And so when they came out with in the 90s with all the club stuff, I was on to other stuff. So
you were done.
Anyway,
you were done. It is fascinating because we went to high school together. Most of the time, we may not quite know how into the band another one of us was, but in general, I know both of your music universes fairly well. So it is really interesting to hear of a band that you were so into that I just had no idea. When you picked this, it wasn't like a huge shock, but I thought maybe you discovered them later. I didn't realize you were that into them in high school.
Yeah, it was like secret handshake stuff, if you like them, you're in the club. All right, well, let's get to ranking. Any other business before we get to ranking?
I don't think so.
I will tell the listening audience of probably 15 people, maybe. 4 of them are Ramols. I will tell the audience that we do an average. So we all put in our scores and we average out the group's worst song all the way to the best song in the album, revealing them one by one as I reveal number 12.
Wait, I do want to say one last thing. All I'll say is when I hit play on this album the very first time, I knew so little. I didn't know this phase existed of them, and I was just stunned. I had to double check this was the right album. That's how surprised I was that this was so great. Part of the Everything But the Girl universe.
This is why we do this. Oh my God. All right. Number 12 out of 12, Soft Touch.
There's a brown shirt swapped for a thin blue tie. There's a black truth swapped for a thin blue lie.
Adam, You have anything to say about it? Where'd
Was
you
I
rank
one
it?
of those people that you were trying it out on in the car? And
Maybe.
I have no recollection of you trying to convert me. But my initial reaction is it's so mellow, and I like plenty of mellow music. And some of that I have to thank you for, because you were getting me into, groups like Lloyd Cole and the Commotions and the House Martins and things like that. And without bands like that, I don't end up liking Belle and Sebastian probably.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
for whatever reason, my initial reaction was it's so mellow, and I wanted it not to be so mellow. So ones like this, I think kind of maybe we're going towards the bottom a bit. The main bass riff, it was driving me insane what it reminded me of. I still haven't been able to figure out
that descending,
what that is.
Yeah.
I put 007, but it's not that. It's a little bit like John Lennon's Isolation, but it's not that.
Mm-hmm.
Ben sings this one, and I like his voice, but I don't love it. And I like hearing Tracy sing more, as I assume most people do, because her voice is great. So I think maybe that's why it fell to the bottom for me, but I have it last. I have it at number 12.
Adam, it's not the bass melody, but that quality of the bass. What do you call it when it goes like, wow, like it opens up, almost like a flange kind of thing?
Yeah.
That to me
It's
was
almost like
very,
like
it reminded me of OMD Crush.
Okay.
Like the
I was
rain,
thinking
go
of
away.
Like that kind of like Paul Simon Graceland style of bass, which you hear a couple times like on a fretless bass on here, but I don't know.
All right. Well, Adam, you're correct. It's number 12 in the album.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I probably like it. I probably like it more if it was Tracy singing it, is what my friend said. I just can't believe he wrote this. Ben wrote this at age 20 or 21, you know? They just seem like advanced lyrics to me. The whole album has great lyrics. I love the chord change at "There are questions asked in their house tonight." Unbelievable little moment there. I can't say anything more bad about this because I love all 12 songs so much. But this stands out for me just in that there's 3 songs. This one about war. There's one about music critics. There's one about Tracy's mom. And the rest are like a love gone bad. And it seems like they're just so like, God damn, they've been through a lot of relationships and written a lot of great lyrics about pain in such a short life, you know?
Yeah. And they're a couple, a happily together couple, we would assume,
As
if they stay together this long. So here they are singing all these songs, presumably about other people that didn't go well. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, exactly.
Or they just got it out in their songs so that they could have peace at home.
We definitely
I think they were still probably in their honeymoon phase at this point, but yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe
all right,
they're
Dan.
bonding on disliking others. But I got into
Tell
that
me
a little bit on the Fleetwood Mac episode. Like, whoa, the guts to be like singing this while the person's on stage.
Totally.
But in this case, it's like, whoa, the guts of singing this while this person is on stage in a different way. And apparently, and I guess, so there are songs that Ben wrote that she's singing.
Yes. Yeah, we'll get to those. This one was written by Ben, obviously. Dan.
Right.
Dan, where'd you have it?
Guys, this is a great song. So one of the things I'm going to say, and you all know this because you've all been there, it is really hard. I've realized more and more, it's really hard studying an album you don't know at all in time to try to say something credible for a podcast in 4 to 6 weeks.
Yes.
It's really hard, right? And I feel this awesome set of responsibility because it's always one of you that's picked it. And so you love it in some way. And I feel this huge responsibility. So I try really, really, really hard, right? In 4 to 6 weeks, to me, the album never fully opens up as much as it eventually can because you fall in love with an album, I think, a lot of times over a longer period of time. One of the things I felt about this album is a lot of it has that jazzy bossa nova sound. And those songs are still a little bit in a clump for me. Like they all kind of sound a bit the same. You know what I mean? Things start samey until you kind of really let them air out for long periods of time. So I found myself really drawn to the stuff that was different, that stood out. And this totally stood out. I loved that it was totally slowed down. I loved that it was Ben singing. I'm not going to pretend he's better than Tracy, but I thought that was a cool switch up. And I just thought this song took its time. It was really pretty. It's obviously short, but it kind of does what it needs to do. And I find that piano and bass just at the end, once the lyrics are done, to be totally gorgeous.
Yeah.
I put this at number 3, you guys.
Holy shit.
And it might be that kind of night. I wouldn't be surprised if it was, because I think I probably didn't draw. Well, I do that anyways. You're right. But I don't think I was drawn always to the main stuff. You mentioned all the stuff from 1984, Jim. You didn't mention that in 1983 comes out the first Aztec Camera album, Highland, Hard Rain. And I definitely felt some parallels on a few of the songs, including this one. This could be Roddy Frame as far as I'm concerned. There's also as many There's blanks as King of Pain, which I loved.
Thank you. I'm like, what other song has that many There's a?
Yeah, totally. He's clearly pointing a lot of stuff out. They're like children's books.
It could have been that. It could have been that. That's so funny.
There you go.
Excellent.
There's a little black spot on the sun today.
I really liked Soft Touch.
Beautiful. Okay, moving up to song number 11. We have a tie in 10 and 11. So let's talk about
really quickly, that with Jim and I both putting it last, there was a chance that we could all have picked the last song, which almost never happens.
Never happens, yeah.
We didn't want to say it out loud. It's like a no-hitter. You don't mention it.
That's right. And plus, with me going last, the chances are going down.
For all of our British listeners, a no-hitter is this thing. No, go ahead.
You know the sport rounders.
Compared to cricket.
Okay, guys, number 11 in a tie with 10th, it was Crab Walk, instrumental. And it's listed as Crab Walk instrumental in the title on the track listing, which I think is...
Oh, but not on Spotify.
Okay.
Nope.
Anyway, written by Ben Watt. I have it at number 11, so I'm going to talk about it first. I thought it was cool when I heard this album for the first time that I was listening to advanced music. You know what I mean? I'm jazzy. I remember coming to San Diego, and I thought, and I asked my dad, "Can I please have guitar lessons?" And he said, "Sure, I'll teach you." And I was like, "No, like a professional." And he's like, "Okay." And so they sent me to La Jolla Music, whatever. And I said, "I like the Beatles." And he said, "Let me teach you a Beatles song." And I learned the most hard jazz chords, and he taught me how to play Michelle. And I was like, I'm going to give up the guitar for a little while. And it was just way too hard and not what I was looking for. I'm a rock and roll guy, right? But
that's so funny because I also had a guitar from La Jolla Music and gave it up quickly. But
I mean,
great minds. Go ahead.
But anyway, when I hear Crab Walk, I was like, this is what advanced music is. I can get there, dig it, man. Snap, snap. Later on, I'm thinking Mike Myers is going to come do a spoken word poem, like in So I Married an Axe Murderer. I don't mind an instrumental. I mean, the House Martins have instrumentals on their albums. The Smiths have instrumentals. They do. So anyway, I'm totally okay with it. It's great. But it's number 11 for me because there's just 10 better songs in this album.
Hey, speaking of House Martins, I meant to ask this earlier. I assume they're from Hull also, which beat London by a score of 4-0?
Correct.
Okay. So they were were they contemporaries? Did they
I do not know that. I do know that they hung with the Smiths because Johnny Marr plays harmonica on one of their singles right after this album is released. Native Land is the name of that.
Okay.
And I know that they hung out with Paul Weller, as we mentioned. So Tracy.
How do you know that they hung out with Paul Weller? Just because they sang on a style council?
That's how. Hey, Morrissey named Tracy as his favorite singer in NME in like '84. Anyway, okay, nice. So over to Adam. Where'd you have Crab Walk?
I have it at number 10, and I immediately saw the name and thought, oh, like there was a Beatles instrumental, Cat's Walk, from their early days, which is this like slinky little thing. I don't know if that was a nod. Probably not, because lots of animals walk. Yeah, it's your standard jazzy instrumental. If Ben wrote it, I assume that means he wrote the hook, the refrain. He's a guitarist.
Yeah, he did the arrangements of all the horns. He did the arrangements of the orchestra, or, right. Everything. Yeah.
So I assume that like they wrote their own solos, but he wrote the refrains,
right.
Which is like
they just vamped, right?
Trad jazz,
right.
as you would say. Right. I listened to enough jazz to be able to call it trad jazz. It's like saying Ren Fair.
You sounded impressive, though.
Yeah,
we'll allow it.
I like going to see trad jazz every once in a while. I have friends that play it, and it's kind of cool, but it's nothing I ever super want to listen to. But I like it, and funny enough, like I've probably heard more tiki and exotica cocktail jazz in the last 6 years than I ever have because of Charlotte. But I've always liked that kind of stuff. It never like knocked me out. It's perfect. It's well done. It's like I would hear something like this at any jazz club on any given night. But I find it interesting that they put it on this record, and I could not stop thinking about how they basically are coming up from that scene, but making it a little bit more pop, and how out of place that was, and how in 1984. When I asked you how that they are tight with Weller, I don't know if you've seen that or heard that recording where he played with them. It's on YouTube, where they did some songs together on stage, and they do traditional stuff. They do Fever, they do Girl from Ipanema. And I can't remember what else.
They did Night and Day, right? So
so they know their traditional jazz. It's this stuff never goes away. There's always going to be kids that like old jazz. Why these two happen to kind of rise above that and make records that aren't jazz records, I don't know. I don't know how or why, but I find it so interesting.
It's so cool to see a picture of them in 1983. If you go to their website, it's a great website, and you go to the photos. 1983, they both look like poor old Thompson.
I was just going to say they look like the Cure.
Exactly. And they change every single album, right? They change, and morph. Okay, Dan, where did you have Crab Walk?
Guys, flip your rankings around and you've got them exactly right. That's going to be the trend all fucking night. I can already tell. I've got Crab Walk at number 5 because, guys, if you're going to do jazz, fucking do jazz, which is what they're doing here. This song does swing. I'm into it. Throw on some candles, have some people over for some cheese and light apps, maybe some wine. I dug it. I totally hear your point, Adam. I did ask myself the same question a couple of times, like what exactly separates this from other jazz stuff other than the fact that they look like The Cure and Susie Sue? I don't totally know. I mean, I think Tracy does have a unique voice, but I think in some ways you could call this typical jazz, but at the same time, like you said, I'm down for some typical jazz. So
this song, for sure.
I liked it. I put it at number 5.
Okay. I always think about, and I haven't listened to it a long time, but I always think about Rooney searching for Ferris Bueller through the pizza shop and everything, and just that little jazz thing, the hits, when he flips up the glasses, Anyway.
Right.
Speaking of the 80s.
All right. That's all I do, Dan, to speak of the 80s. Tied with Crab Walk is number 10, The Spice of Life.
Something has come between me and the world that I knew. What I thought would last is falling apart in the face of something new.
Why don't you go first, Adam?
Okay. Gosh, so far the bottom three are my bottom three.
Oh, boy.
So yeah, this one's just a mellow acoustic tune. My first reaction was it's boring. And then a harmony came in. I thought, oh, it's not so bad. And I kind of grew to like this one a little more as time went on. It's got a nice jazzy riff to go over it, but didn't do a whole lot for me. So I've got it at number 11.
All right. I wrote a note to myself that said, Dan will say, it goes nowhere. This is my last place. Dan.
But I'm doing everything opposite you.
Dan, where do you have it?
Oh, I thought I was going to be third again.
No.
I have it up at number 8.
All right.
And it spent time higher. I mean, gosh, Spice of Life for some time was probably up at like number 4.
Oh.
I can see where you get that criticism of it gets nowhere, Jim. But let me argue with you on that for a minute. It has a melody, and that melody goes somewhere. And I do feel like there are some songs on this album where it's just kind of one melody that doesn't evolve as much. It's like a little less. It's harder for me to pick out like a real true melody, and this has it. I think it's pretty. I like how there's kind of 2 guitar parts that sort of overlap over each other. So those are the pieces I love. I will say, for a guy that beats us up all the time around liking songs that don't have a bridge, you, sir, like a fair number of songs that don't have a notable chorus. I'm like, where's the frigging chorus?
Oh, my God.
And so that is an issue I have with some of these songs, this one included, but it's pretty, and it's at number 8.
Oh, my God.
I agree with you, Dan, as far as it was the hooks don't hit you over the head. And that's not what this kind of music is supposed to do.
Right.
So,
Totally.
But I had a real hard time remembering which song was which, and the song titles aren't always as helpful.
Right.
It's not the kind
Especially
of
with this
where-
one, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Variety.
But at least this had the
Spice of
melody
life.
I could pick out, so that's why I still liked it.
Sure.
Okay, Dan, I think this song is great. It does go somewhere. I just, I thought you would have a hard time with it.
I know.
It keeps adding layers with each verse. The guitar hits come in the second. The percussion changes in the third. And I just love the lyrics. Tracy's voice, it's like butter. I guess you guys would say it's a grower, not a shower. But I've heard it a lot.
That's exactly what we would say.
Look at that Adam behind you. By the way, this is the most nudity that we've ever seen, because Dan is not blocking out Adam holding the apple and little Adam behind him. But go ahead.
God. It's just her, it's just me, and everything it is just not the same. I just love this song so much. I put it at number 7. It's tied with all the other songs for first place. This just happens to be the 7th in that first place tie. Oh boy, that's a good song.
I'm just bummed. I really wanted the first 6 songs on this album. I wanted to be the highest on all of your bottom 6.
It's not going to happen.
That was my goal.
It's not going to happen. All right. Next song, number 9. Number 9 is Fascination.
I won't try to stop you when you speak of the past. Doubt is over now, and I can join in when you laugh.
Oh, you know what, Dan? I will say this. It's probably bad for the pod, but that last song, Spice of Life, was written by Tracy Thorn. We're not doing that as we go through.
Yeah,
so
I love that.
Fascination, written by Tracy Thorn. Who's going to go first? That is Dan Buchacher.
Hey, Waver.
Adam.
Where do you have it?
Dan has held up his hand in
culpa.
front of the nudity that is behind him. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was making me uncomfortable. I have this dead last, you guys.
Oh my God.
Let's use that accusation of not going anywhere. Guilty on Fascination. It's pretty. It's mostly 2 chords. It eventually changes to 2 other chords.
It's called a chorus when that happens.
In the most liberal of interpretations, sir. It sounds a little bit like the Sundays, which is a huge plus. But it sounds like some of the Sunday stuff that I don't like as much. That doesn't go anywhere. I will say that every time saxophone touches this album, the songs get better, and a couple songs notably climbed in the rankings because of the sax. But here, the sax wasn't enough to get it out of 12. I was stunned to hear that this was the one song they played from this album when you saw them.
Well, now I'm thinking that, maybe Ben was behind the turntable so much in the 90s. He was like, I don't remember any of the old stuff except for this song with 2 chords.
Yeah, there you go. Could have been that in those 90s drugs. Anyways, I've got it in 12th.
Oh, that's such a mistake. I don't have it much higher, though. I've got it at number 8. It's about getting your head turned, right, by another woman or another man. So much to write about at this age. Like I said, great freaking lyrics. I mustn't wish your life began the day we met. Are you kidding me? The chorus is amazing. See how I've changed now. And when the sax is introduced, it's kind of like playing. It comes in kind of playing with Tracy's vocals at the very end as she builds to prove that I don't mind. And she draws out that mind so loud and proud. And she does that a lot in this album, I noticed. Like the last word of each song, she would just belt. And it's such a freaking good song. Tied for number 1, but I have it at 8. Adam Gimbel.
You are not letting go of this joke. I don't know how this ended up so high for me. I have no idea, because I think in hearing both of your descriptions, I am way more on Dan's side. This is the only song that I knew before I listened to this record, because it is on acoustic. I don't remember if there's a saxophone on that version. It might just be the guitar, but I can't remember because it's been forever since I've listened to that record. In fact, when you said that the sax makes it better on every song, and I thought you were going to say except for this one, because my note says sax, nah. So for whatever reason, I didn't really like the saxophone on this one.
Well, I don't totally disagree with you on that, because it clearly didn't lift it above 12. So I liked it, but it wasn't enough to.
Sure, but I like that kind of simple guitar playing. It doesn't really go anywhere, but it's like Girl from Ipanema. It doesn't have to. The riff was reminding me of something for years, and I finally figured out that it's probably one of Jim's favorite 70s AM Gold songs, and that would be the America song Tin Man. There's kind of like a similar kind of guitaring in that.
I'll go listen.
Sometimes late when things are real and people share the gift of gab between themselves.
But yeah, I have it at 5. I'm not sure how that happened.
Wow.
That's where I got it.
Well, don't be.
Definitely makes me think of the Human League. Keep feeling fascination.
Yeah, I know.
Not Fascination Street, but definitely keep feeling fascination.
Yeah. Needle drop here. Okay. All right. Number 8, guys. Number 8. Frost and Fire.
You take the name of a man you hardly know, and then you grow up, and the name has to go. Married with kids, and they don't want to know about the dreams you had to let go.
Dan, you're going first.
All right, now we're a little bit more in line. Now mine are coming in. I've got this at number 11, so just one up. Wow. It really bothers me that it never finally broke out into the Zombies' She's Not There, because it's threatening the whole time with that dun, 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 dun. Mm-hmm. I'm like, just do it. Just get to the chorus. Give me the harmonies. That's all I got to say. Number 11. That organ riff is nice, but again, I just felt like this also didn't turn into anything that interested me much.
Wow. Dan, I must confess.
And I say that with love.
I must confess I agree. Frost and Fire is number 10 for me. I was thinking Doors. Anything that reminds me of the Doors, you're dropping right to the bottom.
There it
Right to the
is.
bottom. It should be.
Except for the occasional Echo and the Bunnymen reference.
Yeah.
There you go again.
It should be "Come on, baby, frost my fire." This is. I love the lyrics though. This is about her mom. Stepford wife versus pop star Trace. As she takes off. We're unalike as frost and fire. And if I didn't have the fire to struggle and make my way in this career, right, I'd freeze in your shoes. She tells a story in an interview I heard about her mom, like hearing a story that her mom used to tell about during the war, her dad coming home, and she was at a dance with another man, but she was already writing letters to the dad, Mr. Thorne, and so this other neighbor is buying her a cherry brandy, and he comes into the room to the dance hall and is like, wait a minute, no, I buy you a cherry brandy. And so she's like, I always pictured my mom just standing there with 2 cherry brandies in her hand and like 2 men vying over her and what could have happened, right? But all the lyrics are about just it didn't happen for her, and so her daughter's like living these dreams that she might have had. It's
Interesting.
It's a fucking great song, but it's number 10. Where do you have it, Adam?
Wow, I have it way up at number 2, and I think that mainly for the reason Dan said is that it did remind me a little bit of Echo, but more so. I know that we're not supposed to let other versions creep in, but I was like, I want to see what they look like, and I watched a couple videos, and I don't know if you've seen the version that's on YouTube, Jim, of them doing this in 1984. Full band.
Yeah, I did.
Funboy 3's drummer.
Dark Club,
and
right?
it's so much better than this version. Like if that version was on this record, it would have been number 1, like without question.
Nice.
But it's definitely got Echo and the Bunnymen vibes, like more harsher guitar and harsher organ, even though it sounds even more like the Doors, I think, when they're playing it. But someone else that I know, this is their favorite song on the whole album. So when I started listening to this record, I was thinking of what it reminded me of, obviously traditional jazz, but what other groups kind of like played songs that are in this vein. And the band that kept coming to mind was a band from Louisville, Kentucky that we like called Love Jones. And so I took a chance and sent a note to a couple of the guys from the band, said, by any chance, were you guys into Everything But the Girl? And first, their bassist, Barry Thomas, responded and said, well, we obviously had some of the same influences. I'm like, okay. And if you're not saying you love them, then forget it.
Yeah.
But then a couple of days later, or maybe the next day, singer Jonathan Palmer said, oh my God, me and Chris, our guitarist, were obsessed with them. We love them so much. So
Good call.
Jonathan was kind enough to write a little something about how much he loves Eden. And after he sent it to me, he said, should I maybe record me saying it? I said, absolutely. I'd love to hear you actually saying it.
Yes.
So here's Jonathan telling us about Eden.
I knew there'd be a guest. I just didn't know who it was going to be.
This is only a guest.
Hey everybody, this is Jonathan from Love Jones. Eden is an absolutely smashing debut album. It's loaded with great songs. When it came out, it was so refreshing because it sounded both traditional and contrary to everything that was going on at that time. Everything But the Girl had the audacity to be pastel in a very aggressively day-glow period of time. Stylistically, they were similar to their fellow Brits, Sade, but where Sade simmered with essential self-awareness, Everything But the Girl explored more internalized subject matter, examining loneliness and despair with seemingly boundless empathy. From the first song on the album, each and every one, you knew you were dealing with people who struggled with the same feelings a lot of us struggle with. It made me bond to them that much more strongly. I felt like I knew them and that they knew me. and they inspired me as a lyricist to always try and make it personal. I hate to have to choose a weak sister in this bunch, but I'd pick Bittersweet. The album opens on such a definitive note with Each and Every One, a bossa nova melody that ranks up there with, and I'm not joking here, with Joe Beam's finest. Bittersweet is just not on that level. It's nice enough, but ultimately has a B-side vibe. That's only reinforced by the rest of the album, which is 100% no-skip stuff.
Yeah.
I have a lot of love for Each and Every One, obviously. And Another Bridge is as close to a perfect pop song as there is. But I'm going to swerve and declare my love for Frost and Fire. It's as clear a distillation of Everything But the Girl as there is. A spare Farfisa groove led by a confident vocal performance from Tracy and a sharp lyric delivering a rebuke to a judgmental quote-unquote friend. It has a decidedly spiky quality to it that's jarring given the songs leading up to it, as if to say that despite being such soft and sensitive souls for the rest of the album, they're no pushovers. Tellingly, Bittersweet is not among the 6 songs that made their way onto the eponymous US debut album, Everything But the Girl, while Frost and Fire is, and moves up to the primo 4 slot in that sequence. I honestly think it's more a late on side 2 vibe, but maybe that's just me. So that's it. I'm going with Frost and Fire as my favorite and Bittersweet as my least favorite. For bonus points, I highly recommend that you read Tracy's brilliant series of memoirs, including My Rock and Roll Friend from 2021, which charts her friendship with Lindy Morrison from the Go-Betweens. It's really great and gets into a lot of what it is to be a female music creator in a male-dominated business, and it's really sweet. Not bittersweet. Maybe a little. Bye.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
I love it.
Wow.
I only know one, maybe one and a half Everything But the Girlfriend. So I like hearing other people gush. I will say that the U.S. release, the eponymous release, was the first one I had. I had that on the other side of Love Not Money, and then we Adam Ramol from Lose got Eden later. So it was like 6 new songs. It was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good take. I love it.
Well, we love Love Jones. I've seen them with both Jim and Dan separately. And yeah, it always, they were kind of an entry point for me. Like a lot of things, you need someone contemporary to kind of like play that older music. Mm-hmm. So for kids in the 80s, that could have been Everything But the Girl. But for us, it was Love Jones in some ways. And then I was definitely more into listening to more old jazz as a result. Right. And that was also because of Summer, my girlfriend, who was into old jazz records too. So
I didn't know that.
Neat, and so that's thankful great. that he got to me. I didn't have anyone this morning, and he got it to me today. So thanks, Jonathan.
That's awesome. And Sade first album, and this first album produced by the same guy.
Oh, not just produced by the same guy, but recorded at the same time.
Nice.
He was going in between the two, which is. You definitely can hear.
I love it.
A similarity.
Well, I got to go listen to that album. I never listened to that full album. I just know the hits.
Mm-hmm. Within the first half of my first listen of Each and Every One, I was Googling when did the first Sade album come out.
Really?
Because it to me it punches you in the face.
Okay.
I mean,
I can't wait.
Yeah.
No need to ask.
All right. So that's it, right? We've all gone for Frost and Fire, which makes us to number 7, Even So.
If I say I'll always stay by your side, stupid things I say some nights. Can you tell me I'm wrong till I cry? Tell me, do you have the right?
Dan, you're going first. Oh, which one's this one, guys? I don't remember the song titles. That's what Dan's...
I will admit I had to look it up for a second, but castanets, say no more. One word, castanets.
Vale,
we're going,
viva la fiesta.
Exactly. The Latin touches are interesting.
Interesting is not the word I would use, but go ahead.
Well, so okay, I think there's a big difference here.
The
You heard
blood
this
on
in
the Cure.
80s.
I was waiting.
The blood.
for that.
The Cure's
my
the blood
God.
on the head of the door, which your number
Know
one.
how much I love me, the blood.
There it is.
Let's go back to that one. Here's the difference. I think you heard this in the 80s and it blew you away because you were playing grown up like jazz, etc. I heard this in 2025. I've heard a ton of jazz in this genre, and so a song like Even So feels like other stuff I've heard, and it just didn't move me in the same way. I don't mind it, but the castanets were nice, but nothing else about it kind of grabbed me, you know? And I think it has I think a lot of that has to do with when you hear it, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I felt the same way. I think I would have liked it a lot better. And there's a lot of groups that I think, how are kids getting into the Smiths or whoever in this day and age? Like,
Totally.
I mean, you hear certain things at a certain time in your life, and it makes perfect sense. And it's not that this is bad or amazing to me. I just it's so much like it could have been a '60s record in so many ways. But
Where did you have it, Adam?
Jim, would you? Am I next?
Oh, did I say where I had it? I don't know
No.
if I had it at number 10, by the way, but that's
Okay.
all I had.
Adam,
to say.
you're next. Yeah.
I've got it at number 7. It wasn't until Jim said the title out loud, of course, that I started thinking of Pearl Jam's Even Flow. Probably completely unrelated, but someone needs to mash that up.
So it's Even Flow meets the blood. Now I'm listening now.
Right. It seems for some reason kind of like beachy in a cool way. Like it's almost like I put underwater mellow samba, and I wrote "Kiss the Girl" because it does have that. It's got that. We've got Crab Walk, and now I'm referencing "Kiss the Girl."
Sing with me now. Sha-la-la-la-la-la, my oh my, look like the boy too shy, ain't gonna kiss the girl.
But yeah, I like that it's very like on a Tahitian beach somewhere with that ding ding cling cling cling. Like you want to hear the acoustic riff and is it vibes maybe? I'm not sure, but yeah, it's cool. Like it's definitely like got that cocktail jazz vibe in a good way. So I got it at number 7.
It's so everything but the girl, and it's number 5 for me. The percussion is like a coffee percolating, you know what I mean? Just little clicks of the tongue type things. It moves. I mean, your butt is like moving in this car seat, you know? There's songs like these it's why they never seem like a slow band to me, you know? I was just like, God damn, this is a tune. It's also got Tracy drawing out a door at the end of the song. It's her voice, guys. Her voice, it's just perfect. It's the best voice in the world, and it is number 5. All right, we're moving our way up. Top 6. How many hours has this been already? Let's move quicker.
This thing's moving. No, this thing's moving.
It's
All right,
moving like
number
an Everything But the Girl song. What are you talking
We're
about?
moving twice the speed of an Everything But the Girl song.
All right, number 6. I Must Confess.
You kissed my head as you stood in the door. Then you said, don't wanna see you no more.
Adam.
All I could say
What year did I Confess come out?
as you walked out.
83?
I thought the same thing.
I mean, come on.
82?
I must be loved. I must confess. So we're doing Brazilian on here. I guess there's a few songs that have that kind of samba. I don't know the difference
percussion
between-
section's from South America, so that
There you
tracks.
go.
Yeah.
There you go. Sax a bit much, I say. And I have this at number 8. Let's say about this.
All right, Dan, where do you have it?
Yeah, you're close, Adam. I got it at number 7. It's funny, Jim, that you were just saying Even So can not sound slow with some of the percussion and stuff. That's exactly how I feel about this one. Like the percussion here, I was like, this has some life. This is kind of the bossa nova groove. I call it bossa nova. that I get into. I dig the saxophone. I think the saxophone helps this song. I enjoyed it. I'd love a chorus, but I enjoyed it.
Oh my God!
Everything but the chorus, ladies and gentlemen.
Stop it! I just don't agree. I mean, take the phone off the hook. I must confess, I agree. That freaking takes.
Yeah, now sing the line right before that.
So one last look. All right, guys. Best lyrics on the album. All I could say is you walked out on me is that I hope you remember your keys. The sax solo, I love it here, as opposed to, you guys know I love horns, not. Elliott Smith, I've got a...
Excuse me,
listen,
the working hour?
Listen, let me vamp. Elliott Smith.
Let him cook.
Elliott Smith, I've got a question mark.
Right.
Just please, right?
Oh, that's a no?
No, that's a no. Can't.
No, he does. It's true. He hates horns in so many great songs.
Can't hardly wait by the Replacements. No, don't put horns in my rock. Radiohead. Is it National Anthem? There's a song.
Oh God,
on Kid A.
You're really saying National Anthem? Are you kidding?
Yeah. No horns, right? Ska.
No,
you're wrong.
not right. that is the single best part of that album.
No. Let's rank it. Ska, give me horns. This, give me jazz, give me horns. I love the sax solo here. I love it. Anyway.
Okay, well, you're half right then.
Such a fine line. Go ahead.
All right. So I must confess I have at number 6. We are now going to number 5.
Yeah, we were actually all close on a song for once.
I know.
Middle of the pack.
Oh, boy.
Jim's not happy.
Number 5 is The Dust Bowl.
Spending time with him again, intending to put things back when they were alright. Just when we reach stride, and why must it all get out of hand again tonight?
That's probably me then.
I'm going to go first.
Oh, wow.
I have it at number 9. It's tied for number 1, Adam. Don't make any mistake. But I get a Aki 1, 2, 3 opening, vibe. There's no percussion on this, and I have not heard the Marine Girls, or maybe it's Tracy's A Distant Shore, her solo album before Everything But the Girl. But there's no percussion, right? It just reminds me of that.
No drums.
I love the la da da di da 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 da, and it's a great fucking song. It's a Tracy song, Dan, and it's number 9.
Oh, interesting.
Number 9 for me. Where do you have it, Adam?
I agree. I got it at number 9. On my first listen all the way through, and it definitely grew on me more, but the first listen, I'm like, it's so twee and 80s, like super chorusy, but it's not what I think that maybe this song was what threw me. Did
someone say super chorusy?
Yeah, not that kind of chorusy, not Morrissey.
Damn it.
Yeah, that very chorusy acoustic guitar, and I'm trying to think who else did it a lot. I don't know, but I've never really liked that. It very much dates that, but everything else, it sounds like it could be from a 60s record in a good way. But it's like a cool little like country jazzy song. It's Hit 'em and Quit, 1:38. Yep, no drums, just a cool little vamp for a little bit. It's good. I like it. Number 9.
Dan, you have it where?
Well, I gave you a little bit of a hint when I put Soft Touch at number 3 that I liked the stuff that
was over quickly.
Feels like it feels like it's part of the album for sure, but it's definitely different. It sticks out from a bunch of the other sax and 2-chord and all that. I put The Dust Bowl as my number 1 song.
Wow.
It's weird. It's unexpected. The chords are definitely different, or the melody's different. The melody goes in places I don't expect, both the guitar line and the singing. Which is super interesting to me. The melody's beautiful. Yes, Tracy Thorn is beautiful in this song. I love how she goes up at each what I would maybe identify as a chorus, like, what drove me off the rails, and then the da 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 da. It's beautiful. Yes, I actually wish the song was longer. It's really pretty, and the Dust Bowl, after many, many, many listens, I feel confident this is my favorite song on the album.
I love you, Dan.
Nice.
Love you too.
Oh, God. All right. Number 4, Tender Blue.
And still he lies awake at night, restless while every silence screams, and still she sleeps, turned to the wall. He fears the onslaught of his dreams.
Dan, you're up.
The higher we get, the more I'm going to be leading off, guys. Tender Blue. Similar to Even So, which I had at 10. I've got Tender Blue at number 9. The jazz is pretty. You guys are going to say you loved it. Again, I couldn't
You don't know
lift
me.
it into something different enough. This sounded very much like those chords. I can hear the band leader going, "Hey, A minor," just like yelling back the chords. It totally has that vibe of the standard jazz club. Don't hate it, but it didn't stand out to me. It's kind of the perfect, for me, contrast to the Dust Bowl. So I had it at number 9.
What do you think about the lyrics?
So, you're much more the lyrics guy than me. I don't delve into the lyrics until they're just really up front, which on this album they absolutely aren't. So I did look at them once or twice, but I didn't kind of take a magnifying glass to them, which I usually don't, unless it's something I know like the back of my hand. I just, I'm more about overall sound than lyrics.
Cool.
Which is funny because I'm a way better writer than I suck as a musician. I still fall in love with the music more than the lyrics.
All right, Adam, where do you have it?
I've got it at number 6, and it's a really, lyrically, it's a cool attempt to be that kind of classic duet, and doing two different views of the situation, I think, is really clever. And obviously the best part is he talks about touching her back, and then she says feeling his hand dare to touch her back. I was like, oh, that's really good. So, really like that. So again, it's to try and write a classic jazz song in 1984, and that they're obviously going for something from the 50s and 60s, is hard. I mean, like, it's all been done, and when you write simply, it sounds weird, but that's what a lot of kind of retro acts do, and it's hard to do, and they do it really well here, I thought. The only thing that takes me out of it is there's a little bit of that 80s fretless bass in one part, and it's so 80s, and I'm like, no, just stay.
Oh, I love it.
I don't mind that either. That's funny. I don't mind that either.
Yeah,
Adam, who else trades off lyrics with different perspectives is your favorite comparison band to Everything But the Girl, the Human League.
True.
There they are again.
True.
Don't You Want Me, Baby?
Somebody was working as a way.
That's exactly what I wrote down, Dan. Don't Go Breaking My
amazing.
Don't Go Breaking My Heart is more appropriate for this theme of this song.
For a duet. Yeah, I have to agree with Dan. I'm not sure why, because the lyrics are so out front that they weren't jumping out to me, good or bad, throughout. And then when I heard Jonathan talk about it this morning, I'm like, oh wow, maybe I should have been paying more attention to the melancholia, and it's done well. And sure enough, here's Jim quoting all of his favorite lines, and they just weren't sticking with me.
Wow.
The opposite would be Lana Del Rey, who was like, so many things jumped out as not to my liking. But here's something.
Yeah, but they stuck.
Thanks for that again. But I do think the vocals are mixed down here compared to other artists like Lana, where they're more upfront. Like I think that's part of it too. It does feel like it's mixed down where it doesn't. She's not in front the way I hear it.
Yeah, I mean, she's supposed to kind of. These songs lend themselves to not huge hooky melodies. It's a mellow vibe, and and the melodies reflect that. And it's what they should. It's not like she should be American Idoling it.
But I mean, all of that is true. And it's Tracy Thorn, and let's hear her fucking voice. I mean, she's certainly featured, and I would say, anyway, I don't get that mix back at all. I mean, she is. This is just a warm album, I think, is what you're saying, right? It's just so fucking warm, especially in this song where, the guitar opening is just the first licks of this song, the intro of the drum, everything. Ben's voice is even sultry. I don't know if a male voice can be sultry, but, it's just it's an all together vibe, I guess, is what you guys are saying. And I get that.
So where do you have it?
Number 2.
Look at you.
This is why I always picture them writing together and not separately. This is a Ben Watt song. I love that he begins the lyrics with the word and still he lies awake at night, and still she lies awake. It's like we're entering the middle of a story.
Yep.
And Dan, you didn't listen to lyrics, so spoiler alert. It's not his baby after all. I mean, it's just
what?
It's fucking awesome. And right into the sax, it just launches right there. Oh God. They said about this album, when we were at our best, we left space on the record, but what we put on it had some necessity about it, and that's what I get from this song. I just fucking love it. It always stuck with me from 1984 until now. Tender Blue is number 2.
Nice.
All right. Top 3, we have a bronze medalist.
Damn, already. Wow.
And it is Bittersweet, the B-side.
Sorry, Jonathan. Sorry.
Don't talk to me in that familiar way when the keys are in my hand. Don't say that everything is here to stay, and I must try to understand.
As I was hearing him, I was like, oh, he's not going to be happy with us.
Yeah. Adam, where do you have it?
Oh, wow. Well, I've got it at number 4. And it's kind of that acoustic groove. It reminded me of a Happy Monday song, Bob's Your Uncle, that kind of like mellow but funky thing with an acoustic. Strummy. I love the line, don't talk to me in that familiar way when the keys are in my hand. I've been in that situation way too many times on both
great.
Sides. Not to generalize, but I've known some females who have a tendency to get into stuff right as one of us is walking out the door. But it's a cool. I wanted some energy, and it came at just the right time for that. I love So Try. I like just
yep.
the way she.
You mean the beginning of the chorus?
Is.
It's so good.
I was gonna say, like, that's the one chorus entry that was like, okay, there's a hook.
You got it.
But I got it at number 4.
Oh, so do I. Moving jazz chords being strummed. I wanted to go right back to La Jolla music and take more lessons. I made a horrible mistake leaving that place.
Never too late, Jim. Never too late.
Sorry, business plug.
Seriously.
0 for 2.
I only meant for you to taste, not swallow. I love that. The bridge, she is such a sweet girl, free of the taint of this world. Just amazing bridge. The lead guitar under that bridge, if you can go back and just listen to the little lead lick under that, is so fucking cool. Tracy drags out the last word of the song, shelf.
Tracy drags. Good soundtrack. Go ahead.
And anyway, it's number 4. So that's 2 number 4s. Can we make it 3? Dan, where do you have it?
Sold. Number 4. I think this might be my favorite guitar and bass playing on the album. Just the way they play off of each other. And to your point, Jim, like they don't sit still. They're both moving constantly, which I think does give it that energy. You've got the acoustic strum at the beginning that, Adam, I hear you on Bob's Your Uncle. I'm going to go Oblivious. I'm going back to Aztec Camera.
Yeah, beautiful.
It's got kind of that same feel and that same shimmery quality to it. Again, makes sense given the time period it came out. And yeah, I'll give you credit for a chorus here, Jim. So the whole package. Number 4.
Okay, so we all had it at number 4, but the way the averages work out, that's the 3rd ranked song on this album as from the group ranking, which takes us to number 2. Dan, keep talking. You have dropped this down. Track number 2 is Each and Every One.
I thought I might be the lowest on this. Like I said, I as soon as the horns were done at the beginning, Jim, I was like, holy Sade, what am I listening to? Which was fun. It's good. It sounds like a single. I quickly kind of guessed that this was probably the main single. Good bossa nova. I liked it, but it like if you look at my top 5, Crab Walk, Bittersweet, Soft Touch, The Dust Bowl, and another to be named later. I think those are all a bit unique, as I mentioned, or just really kind of have a quality that feels like there's a bit more of a chorus and a hook for me. So this falls just under that set at number 6. So still liked it, but to me it didn't fall in either of those categories quite as much.
Adam, you're next up to talk.
All right, I've got it at number 3, and I love the opening. Has just the horns. It really reminded me of the opening of John Coltrane's Blue Train, one of the only jazz albums I know well enough to say that. Like it starts with just the horns there, that refrain, and then it slips into this bossa nova, and that is the moment where I was like, okay, Love Jones, like. And I love that groove. It's great and simple, and you've got like that cuica or whatever that instrument is where you're scraping it, like a frog shape.
Yeah. Washboard or something.
Yeah, and it's just like you're. It's just I couldn't stop thinking about how this was suddenly a thing in 1984, and two of our heroes, Paul Weller and Terry Hall, come out of this like angry young man phase and end up going so flowery. We haven't discussed Terry Hall's band, The Colorfield, and this is absolutely in that world. For some reason, The Colorfield completely grabbed me at the exact same era, 1985, 84, and because I was hearing it as a youth, maybe I wouldn't like it as much now. I also think those songs are way better, but that's for another podcast. But it's definitely it was in the air, to have this
for sure. Yeah. And like we were saying, Sade, absolutely.
Sade, for sure. But it's a cool little song. It was the single. It went to number 28, and more power to it. Number 3 for me.
It's the best song in the album. It's number 1. It cannot be denied. How am I going to put the single at number 1, Dan, on an album I love from beginning to end? And I just had to fight the urge, right? Like, don't be a populist. Like,
don't fight it. Don't fight it.
Yeah, you got to give it its flowers. Is that what they say? Anyway, the opening. So this is credited as Tracy and Ben co-credit. The opening horn hits, are just like, to me, it's like a signal, like everybody sit in your chairs, like sit down and with your drinks and this quiet, like smoky Soho bar. The show is about to begin, you know, and then the bossa nova beat starts and everybody's just like, fuck sitting, man. Let's get up and just groove. I love the call and response. Being kind is just a way to keep me under your thumb. So this song, I copied this little statement from a little factoid from Wikipedia. So who the fuck knows if it's true? But this song has often been misinterpreted as a love song, but the lyrics are a response to the patronizing tone used by many male writers when covering Tracy Thorn's all female group, the Marine Girls, in the British music press. So lyrics like, tell me I can go this far, but no more. You tried to show me heaven and then slammed the door. You offer shelter at a price that's much too dear, and your kind of love's the kind that soon disappears. And that's true of critics, I'm sure. I love everything about it. I always thought it was offering me the same thing with different guys. Guys, but it's under a different guise. Guisc. That's awesome. And the demo on the 2012 Eden re-release with all the B-sides and demo versions and all that stuff,
which we were warned not to listen to by you.
Okay. Now you can. You've got. Oh,
thank God.
You've got. Dan's just waiting. You got to listen to this demo, each and every one. It's fucking amazing. It's amongst the greats, like Foo Fighters' Everlong. The acoustic version of Foo Fighters.
The first song you think of compared to.
I
hear your point. I hear.
No, I'm building because Overkill, Men at Work, unbelievable acoustic version of that song, right?
Wait, are we ranking acoustic versions? Because that's an episode right there. That's a great
and
episode.
Finally, Ever-Changing Moods by the Style Council. Have you ever heard that one? I was working my way up to the best. Anyway, this belongs there, so go listen to the demo. Okay, number one.
Wait, I just want to say, yes, it's the lead single, but I'm actually not surprised at all that was your number one, because I do think a lot of times when I truly love an album, what ends up being my number one is something that kind of feels maybe most representative of that album, and I do think each and every one probably is most representative of this album. Like, it kind of captures the full vibe probably better than anything.
Nice. That's great.
So I defend your pick.
Hey, thank you. The number one track of the group rank is Another Bridge.
Your words stung me to the heart. I hadn't even noticed how far we had drifted apart. Can I still count you as a friend? Or have I done too much now to ever make amends?
Dan, Adam, and Jim all have it in their top three. Jim's going to go first. I've got it in third place for me. It's a co-credit song, Thorne and Watt. I love this song. The chords are straightforward. They're not jazz chords. It's like that's entertainment, chord progression. Here, I love the Hammond organ. This is the way to do an organ. It's fucking brilliant. And I swear to God, I can't believe there are not more harmonies. Every time I listen to this song in my head, just singing it in my head, I think it's full of harmonies. There's only harmonies on the last two words, which are Another Bridge. Can't believe that. Anyway, it's fucking brilliant. I got it in third place. Dan, where do you have it?
I have it one above you at number two. This song moves. It's got. I just love it feels like it has that energy. It has that warmth. You were using the word warm, and I totally agree, especially here. I, again, thought of some Sunday strumming. I also felt like until Tracy's singing, we could be in a Smith song. It feels like it's got some Smith strumming.
Symmetry, perhaps.
Yeah, total. That's one of the ones I thought of for sure. It's... I could imagine a universe where this is like a deep indie anthem. Like, it's, if you were into indie at the time, or college rock, or whatever we were calling it back then, alternative, I could imagine a world where this was a pretty big hit, actually, and so I really dug it. Number 2.
There's this great video clip on YouTube of Morrissey and George Michael on a talk show, chat show, where they're like, say, what do you think about this song? And they do a bunch of songs, and each and every one is one of them. And George loves it, and Morrissey's like, I don't like that one, but I love Another Bridge. You got to listen to that album; it's really good.
Nice.
Wow.
So props.
And then at one point, George Michael's going on and on about how much he loves Joy Division, which is so great.
Yeah, that's a good clip.
So great.
And actually, on Faith, there is a very, very jazzy song ending the album, "Kissing the Fool," which
really
maybe there was some influence. I don't know.
All right, guys, that's our ranking. I'm going to just go through it really quickly from 12.
Before you do that, I'm going to talk about my number 1 song. It's called Another Bridge by the band Everything But the Girl. You've probably never heard of it.
God,
Adam, we'll put that in the bonus content.
But I don't know what to say about it.
I thought we had kicked you out of the pod by now. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I'm forgettable. So yeah, we talked about almost every upbeat strummer song that we're reminded of. I just put Billy Bragg. I didn't put it's got that kind of upbeat thing. But if I Could Change Your Mind by Sugar, I'll throw that one in there too. But yeah,
I love that one.
I wanted a little energy, and this one gave it to me. And yeah, that organ is just that's my number 1.
All right, sorry, I jumped the gun there. I'm going to go now sheepishly go through the rankings 12 to 1.
I did that on one episode, I remember too, so I'm feeling better now.
Yeah. Okay, number 12, Soft Touch. Then it goes Crab Walk, Spice of Life, Fascination, Frost and Fire, Even So, I Must Confess, The Dust Bowl, Tender Blue, Bittersweet, Each and Every One, and Another Bridge. Adam had the bottom 3 as his bottom 3. Correct. Jim had the top 4 as his top 4. Not in that order, but
and my number 1 was the group number 1.
That's correct.
And Dan had nothing that mattered.
Dan Participation Award. Thank you.
What a background! What a background!
Guys,
put it next to the other one.
Guys, I'm really glad. Dan, I really appreciate what you said about this is the fun part of the pod is going back in time and saying, wow, what did I miss back then? Who is next to pick? Dan Buchacha.
Someone is waving, and his name is Dan.
It is I. Guys, I really went back and forth on what to pick next. I mean, the responsibility of this is awesome, as you well know. I changed my mind at about 5 p.m. tonight.
Oh, boy.
And I was like, we're going with an audible. Look, it finally occurred to me that I've given you guys for fucking ever. All right. And none of you have seized the opportunity. I've been trying to let it out there. I've been trying to be polite. I've been laying off. Nobody's taken the bait. So it's time for me to step in and take care of business here, guys. Right. It is time for me to choose an album by clearly the single largest artist in our universe that has not yet had a full episode dedicated to them.
Oh, God. Is it Bruce?
Without a doubt.
Is it Bruce Springsteen?
I said in our universe.
Oh, okay.
In our universe.
Okay.
Bruce Springsteen is in New Jersey. He's not in our universe.
I have a guess. If it's in our universe.
What's that?
I have a guess. I mean, just from that alone.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
I mean, I think Jim was thinking somebody who plays stadiums. And as far as alternative rockers who play stadiums, we've done The Cure and we've done Depeche Mode, but we've not done that band from Ireland that I know Dan likes a little. So is it possibly U2?
That is correct, guys.
U2.
Finally time to do some U2.
Please don't say Rattle and Hum.
Stop avoiding it.
It's too big.
So, Jim, the question absolutely becomes which album. I mean, with this artist, gosh, more than almost any other, I think this is one where, and I said this about Depeche, where if you ask me what your favorite album is by U2, I will give you a different answer year by year, if not month by month.
Okay.
I really think there's a wide span. It's good that I'm choosing because I bet you I like a wider span of their work than any of you.
Lemon!
So what do you go for? Well, you're there's half of it.
Don't make a mistake here.
please don't.
Don't make a mistake.
Guys, one of my favorite sayings, I don't know if I've ever said it on this podcast, but I love the saying, don't get cute. Just don't get cute.
Okay.
And so we're going with their epic 1987 release.
The big one.
We're doing the Joshua Tree.
All right. Okay. I could get behind that.
We're doing the Joshua Tree. I will be perfectly happy if for the first hour we talk about everything else like YouTube. Anyways, if there's a band worth breaking, like there's plenty of bands we need to break the more than one episode rule for. Jim's already done it once. So I think we'll be back, but we're going to start in on the Joshua Tree.
All right.
I cannot wait to hear what y'all have to say.
I'm playing
the
sure
hits.
all three of us are going to be recording it live from Joshua Tree. So let's make some travel arrangements and we'll
get
talk.
some healthy Wi-Fi.
That's right.
That'd be amazing. Let's do it. We'll invite Anton Corbijn to record it, to film it.
Perfect in black and white, starkly. All right. That was fun. All right.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Next. All right. Thanks.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, each and every one of you.
Everyone but you.
Someone to care for, to be there for. I have you too. Someone to do for, muddle through for. I have you too.
Please subscribe, rank, and review our show at your favorite local podcast shop and send us a note with you know what you should do's to wewillrankyoupod@gmail.com. After 3 years, you can finally tip your hosts on Venmo at We Will Rank You Pod. We'd surely appreciate it. If you like our little show, then you'll love all the fun stuff we post on our social media. So follow us at We Will Rank You Pod on Instagram, Facebook, and Threads, and let us know what your most loved and least favorite songs are. You know best.